This is the CBOE Options Report with Dr. J.
This is Dr. J, co-founder of TradeMonster.com. I am giving you a report on this day, the 4th of October, about the Dow Jones Industrials, S&P, and NASDAQ. Let's run them off. The Dow hit a low today of down 230 points. That coming on the heels of yesterday's 280 point sell-off. The Dow rebounding from there, and 2.5 hours into the trading session today, down 115 points, or 1%. The S&P only down 0.5%, which equates to a drop of about 5.7. 109,350 is the cash. That's 1093.50 for the cash. The NASDAQ higher on the day, lifted by the likes of Apple, AAPL, which has its iPhone 5 release party today. The Apple shares are moving higher by about 1% or $4 so far today. Been as low as 370, but right now trading 379. The VIX traded all the way up to 46.88. At 46.88, selling pressure coming into that product, which tracks the risk in the S&P 500 calls and puts. As that expands, of course, people view that as risk increasing and fear increasing as well. The VIX now better than 2.5 points under that high of the day, 46.88, now trading 44.33. Now, an interesting thing that we'll note for you about the VIX, and in particular the call options on it, as it traded up, the October 55 calls were only able to get a slight gain on the session. They were met with such furious selling pressure. In other words, people were not willing to be fearful and thinking that the VIX goes a lot higher, the fear gauge goes a lot higher instead, that it comes off. They have been right so far. And those VIX October 55 calls, which were the most actively traded and the most actively sold, in fact, as well, coming off substantially. All the calls in the VIX in the front month down substantially, puts increasing as the fear drops, at least a little for the time being. I am Dr. J from TradeMonster.com. Before you commit your cash to any trade, make sure you understand the risks, folks. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have a better afternoon. I am Dr. J, co-founder of TradeMonster.com.